Shalom, shalom, shalom. First, I started by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shout out to the Hope elect, starting with the 140th. Lord, with the bear. So, right, through the Spirit, right,
Hey, how you doing?
but through the Spirit, right, I want to go into a little bit of, tie this lesson up for the elect's sake. And, through the Spirit, right, is, more willing, the Spirit is on me. Kind of been watching, I got to watch other lessons, so I never just got to finish it fully, but back in it, I watched Ezekiel 38, and, I'm finishing it up, so Lord willing, try to get the lesson, try to get that sit down done this week, if the Spirit allow. But through the Spirit, right, I was watching another lesson Elder Pastor Ramlai did as well. It was titled "Art Thou Become Weak as We," and I'm finishing that up, and just through the Spirit, right, he had mentioned how, basically how Esau was going through the forests, cut down the trees and things of that such. These trees, give up oxygen and whatnot, so he can expand and try to like build his empire on far as he can, and through the Spirit real fast. Yeah, the lesson was titled "Art Thou Also Becomes Weak as We," and he going into Isaiah 14, right? Yeah, so we're gonna go to Matthew 24 and 22, right? Because these devils has polluted the earth. They have defiled the earth, right? In so many ways, and one of the and these are, it's plenty reasons why this devil has to go down. For one, and what he did coming up against the children of Israel, right? That's the main, that's the main subject of what they did. Matter of fact, I got it in my notes. Yeah, so I got so excuse the background, walk around outside, right? So as you can see, right, the reasons America will fall, right? See, I got pride, I got idolatry, and it was more. I thought I jotted them all down, but this was January, and I was looking at these things, but one of those things is because ultimately the word Satan goes into adversary, right? When you go into it, I don't have much connection on this phone. It only can send text messages and receive call. Internet data's ran out, so we'll search it up on my other phone. Satan meaning, right? So Satan stems from the Hebrew term meaning adversary, accuser, representing a figure who opposes Yahweh, obstructs human activity, right? So who is that one who opposes, right? Matter of fact, let's go to 1 Thessalonians 2, like Second Thessalonians 2, right? In verse 3, it says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, so there be a coming falling away first, 680, 70 AD, right? Our land, the great diaspora, we've been scattered all over, and that men of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, which we know is who? Esau, Edom, right? It says, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God. So Esau, Edom, this is the physical sons and daughters of Satan here today, and they oppose themselves of everything that is called God, right? Which you had, that's why you have the land side where the earth has its own ecosystem. The earth has its own, life support, to where everything, Yahweh set everything to where it will play a part, to how everything will work out, how everything will play a part, how everything will make this earth, livable for men. But as we seeing, Esau is destroying that, because Esau mind, he want to control everything. He want to be like God. Let's finish this. He opposes himself exalted himself above all that is called God, that is worship, so that he, as a God, sitting in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God, right? So you seeing that he pulled everything. He wanted to control everything. He wanted people to run into him. He wanted people to seek him, for everything, right? And, even just in this subject, just going to talk, they chop down the trees, the tropical rainforest things and such. But I also remember taking that movie. I don't know if brothers probably watch. It's an older movie, kind of like a kid movie. We used to watch it in school a lot. You have past tests and those are past tests. You just go to a class, watch the movie. It's the end of the school year, but it was called the Lorax. And in the Lorax, the man cut down all the trees, right? They cut down all the trees, so therefore you had to buy air. You had to buy air. They basically had everybody in like a little bubble. You had to buy air. And when the guy figured out what was going on with how the trees was going and whatnot, and how air was really free, the people kept trying to stop him. It's a cartoon, but we know Esau. He had his way, he had his manners through entertainment forms. Try to so people won't really see or be hip to what he has going on. But these are the things that Esau tried. They want to control everything. They want everybody to run into him for security and for anything. So let's go to Isaiah chapter 24, right? In verse 4, right? It says, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. I mean, it's weakening, right? The haughty people of the earth do languish because the people are weak. We've been destroyed. Look at the food they put out. Look at the sickness they put out. They poison the food. They poison everything, right? Look with the air, the pollution that's going on with the air. With the I forgot what it's called. It was something that they were letting off into the air from these big plants system, right? Where they create all these things, and what they'll do is go there, destroy the air, store the pollution, and make the climate rate rise. It was like one summer, it's like 2023. It was getting so hot, right? That the chemicals and the smoke that these plants was letting off was making the climate change get so hot that schools and things that such, businesses would have to keep on their air all day, and guess who? And those taxpaying dollars, the people would have to pay for those. But these chemical plants, these things, people who actually destroying this place, which are ran by these elites, they're not paying for these things. They're not taking. They go dump the oil into the ocean, and with these chemicals, whatever they making millions of dollars. But a little $200,000 fine ain't nothing to them, right? So it says, verse 4 says, the earth. Verse 4 again, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away, the haughty people of the earth do languish, right? It says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because Esau Edom was in rulership of this place. Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked, right? So they've been destroying and killing the earth since they came into rulership, right? It says because they have transgressed the laws, because they've broken the laws, right? Remember, when Most High told Adam, he put Adam here to dress the earth to keep it. So we're supposed to take care of the earth, to dress it, to keep it, to look over. Well, Esau Edom, they're destroying it. They're cutting down the trees, destroying the food, they're destroying everything about it, right? It says change the orders, they've broken the everlasting covenant, right? They've broken the land Sabbath, they've broken everything. Their adversary, Satan, they're opposite of everything that Yahweh Shah said. And they bring them into the earth, they're enforcing them to the way of the world. So people are being accustomed to Esau Edom ways, not understanding the true ways of Yahweh Shah. That's why you see America got one of the worst health rates. America got people, sickness, all these things. America carries all those things because the wicked are in rulership. The wicked is tearing the earth apart. Not only with just cutting down trees, but not with war as well, right? We go to Isaiah 14, right? Verse 16, right? When they're being brought down, right? It says they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdoms? How you do that? By going to bomb cities, bombing schools, bombing all these places, right? Going around starting wars everywhere, right? He says that made the world as a wilderness, because they destroying the cutting down trees, destroying everything, right? Like, once again, blowing up cities, invading cities, taking resources, doing all these things, right? And destroy the cities thereof that open out the house of his prison, because America got one of the top prison rates as well, man. So you seeing how under the inhabitants of Esau Edom, how the earth is mourning, how the earth is, matter of fact. Let's grab that. Proverbs, I want to say that's 29. Yeah, Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, rejoice, but when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. But as I said, see, the earth is so, matter of fact, let's stay there. Matter of fact, Revelation 17, right? Revelation 17 verse 2, right? It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of fornication. So her philosophy, her ways, her tactics, everything that America is pushing out, everybody is drunken off of it. You staggering out from drunk, you staggering out from wine. That's why the scriptures say what? Those who drink of the cup, those who were not supposed to drink of the cup have certainly drunken, because not only is the people, these other nations are following in line with this way. You have Israel who's bugged out, and they're so comfortable with the ways that Esau Edom put out, and they're confused, they're defiled, right? So they look at this life as a normal life. Look at it working all the way up to 65 years old and thinking that's retirement. Well, they don't understand the lifespan. How about Shah's blessings with what 70 years, right? What is that? I know it's in Psalms. Bear with me. I'm outside. It's hard to see the screens when you're outside, but it's So here it is. Some good weather coming in, right? But this Psalm 90 verse 10 says the days of our years are 60 years and 10. So 60 represent 20. So that's 60 and 10 are 70 years. And then by reason of strength, by 80, yet is their strength and labor sorrow, for it soon cut away, we fly away. So ultimately, you blessed if you live out to 80 years, but Esau done set the curriculum where you working all the way up to 65 years now, 64 years, right? So you slaving and working all along, right? So you got to think, this place is full of wickedness. That's why Ecclesiastes says, this is just a matter of the king is, this matter of the rule of the city is, but it's the people. So that's the wickedness in rulership. So the people are wicked. The people are bugged out. The people are lost because everybody is Babylon, right? And a lot of these nations, majority of these nations look past it. They look past the iniquity. They look past the sin. They look past all of it, right? Because why? America's helping them bringing in money. America's helping them bringing in riches. America's helping them bringing in things that they need. That's why America want to be like God. They want everybody running to them. They want to create this, in this sense where you the good guy, because every time somebody needs something, they come to you. No matter how you getting it, how you getting it to them, they come to you because they know you're gonna provide it for them. That's what America is. America, they don't care how they get it. That's why America want to heap unto him all resources. Heap unto him all nations, all people. So eventually, people ain't got no choice but to just come to him. People ain't got no choice but to just rely on him for what he has, because he took everybody else's thing. What his riches got by deceit. How they got this land? They profess this land as this is some holy, godly place, right? But they done stole this land by killing, stealing, and destroying. But people looking to them as, sincere. But now they've been exposed. So now they're exposed, so people looking up to them for the people who they really is, right? So, going there, where else I want to go to? Let's see. I went to Isaiah. There's another precept in my mind I wanted to touch on. Which is Psalms. Yeah. Let's see. I got another precept that I wanted to touch on real fast. I don't know. Dang, it left my line. This dog keep barking over here, man. Can the dog even see me? I can't see the dog. But Con, that's another precept I wanted to go to. Oh, Con, right? So for the sense of how the world is so drunken and caught up in the ways of of America, everybody is drunk out there fornication. The ones who are not drunk, the ones who are sober, right? Matter of fact, let's go to that 1 Peter 5 and verse 8. It says, be sober and be vigilant. Be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, right? Satan, Esau Edom, right? Physical son, daughter of Satan, Esau Edom. Then he got a spiritual demon as doubt as well. It says a warring lion walking about, seeing who he may devour. Hey, take a sip of this cup, man. Drink this wine, man. Follow these ways. I was telling them, we was having to sit down one day, and I was me and the brother was talking about it, and I was telling them how, in this world, how they look at you like, oh, you ain't Christian, man? Oh, nah, you crazy, bro. You don't love JC. You don't worship JC. They made these ways look so common and so useful to the people the people of the seed and sick. But we know what that is. Matter of fact, Isaiah 60:2, right? It says, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth." Because why? This is a dark kingdom. Let's stay there right quick. This is a dark kingdom. This is a dark place. Right? Revelation 16:10. Right? It says, "And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast," NATO EU, right? America, right? And his kingdom was full of darkness. So this is a dark kingdom. Darkness represents sin, wickedness. The opposite of Yahweh Shah, because Yahweh Shah even said himself, "I come a light into the world," right? You who not abiding. Let's see. Let's go to that. John 12:46. It says, "I come a light into the world, that whosoever believeth on me should not abide in darkness." So we have the light, Yahweh Shah. But the ones who don't believe, they're tricked and deceived by Esau Edom. Right, let's go at what they gross darkness. They're covered in that darkness. They can't see. So it's easy for Esau Edom to trick them. That's why the scripture say they grope, right? They grope like they grope in noonday. They trying to put their hand on the wall to find the light. Esau Edom like, yeah, just grab my hand. I'll lead you to the light. I'll lead you to where you need to go. And the people so deceived and tricked, they caught up in the darkness. They just followed it and run with it. Right? This Isaiah 60:2 says, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and the gross darkness the people," because the people are caught up in the deceit and tricked by this dark kingdom, by this wicked ruler, right? It said, "But the Lord Yahweh shall rise upon thee, his glory shall be upon thee." That's going to the elect. Ultimately the elect. And that's what ultimately the whole point of the lesson, what I want to get into is how, Esau Edom done destroyed the earth and done defiled the earth so much that, hey, if the Most High don't destroy this man, hey, we'll be cooked. Look at the people, look at the sickness, look at the food, look at the air. As Elder Apostle Rumla was mentioning in the lesson, I'm gonna search it up real fast. Yeah. What? And it's so crazy. This is a spirit. This is crazy because I was on TikTok one morning just scrolling through in the I forgot what the forest called. What is the? Hold on. The Amazon rainforest, because I was looking at the river, the Amazon River. That was how this the most deadliest river, whatnot. And I was just looking at it, things as such, right? And it's a guy. I guess he'd be out there, and he was bumping into basically tribes or whatnot who out there in that land or whatnot, and over there, and and he was going into how they sending those people. They were trying to attack them until they realized that they were not on the same side of Esau Edom, because even though I can't say he was Edomite or whatnot, but the guy had to tell them nah, we're not with them, we with y'all, because they will be fighting Esau Edom. They would send the equipment over there to chop down the trees, to chop down to make pathways, to make land. They killed villages. It was one guy, he was the last person left of his village, of his people. He died some years ago, because I was looking into it, and that's the spirit, how Bashin Shah, through the spirit of Yahweh Shah, that the Elder Apostle Rumla, he mentioned it. And I'm like, dang, Lord willing, through the spirit. I'm going to go into that today, because if it wasn't the days will be short for the elect's sake, man, because Esau Edom would destroy and kill everything, right? They going around chopping down trees, doing all these things, and it says right here, right? So I typed in what is known as the lungs of the earth. It says the lungs of the earth refer primarily to the Amazon rainforest, which absorbs massive amounts of carbon dioxide and releases oxygen. However, the ocean is increasingly recognized as a more significant true lung, with marine organisms like plankton generating up to 80% of the planet's oxygen. But when even knowing that, look how the oil spills in the ocean. Look how they're taking out the animals from the ocean that's supposed to cleanse the ocean and whatnot. How Esau is destroying everything, man. They're destroying everything when the Most High set everything in order. Everything be done in decent order. The Most High set an order. But Esau, being Satan, they're adverse. They're opposite of everything how Bashin Shah said. Let me see if I can get it come on. I typed in, is the U.S. cutting down too much in the rainforest? It says whether the U.S. is cutting down too much of its forests is a subject of intense debate between economic interests and environmental conversationists. And they're going to try to make everything seem as if it ain't what it is. That's what Esau do. That's why they force a liar, man. They got the control over the internet. They got control over the answers that's given out. But through the spirit of how about Shah, what you how should I say? You know, when you believe it on me, you apply that darkness. So they can't trick us, deceive us with their darkness. We know they cutting down too much. It says while the total area of U.S. forest land has approximately lately stable at 765 million acres. Man, I'm talking about the tropical rainforest. Let me see. Hey, we ready for you, how about Shah to get rid of this place, man. We ready for you, how about Shah to take these people down, right? When discussing cutting down tropical rainforests, I keep typing in the wrong thing myself. I'm in the Amazon rainforest. It's like, bear with me. I typed in the wrong thing myself, man. Right, it says the United States not physically cutting down the Amazon, which is located entirely in South America, but is a primary driver of its destruction through massive consumer demand and corporate finance. So you seeing that, you know, as early as 2026, the Amazon remains in a fragile state, while deforestation rates in Brazilian Amazon reportedly fell by 11%. 2025, the region still lost roughly 5,800 square kilometer meters of forest. So you seeing the deforestation, they're pushing that with the oil spill, they destroying everything, right? They're destroying everything, right? You know, and that's why the script say what? The evil is sown, right? If the evil don't be brought down, the good cannot come, right? Let's take Esdras chapter 4. We read that real fast. Let's take Esdras chapter 4 and we started verse 28. It says, but as concerning the things where thou asked me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown. The evil is sown. You see Esau, he done working evil every day. Matter of fact, ain't too many scriptures to say, but yeah, they do. That's Micah 2. It says, Micah 2:1, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hands. Esau Edom, right? That's Esau Edom. No, they're evil. Everything they do, every word they do is evil, man. Right? So let's go back to 2 Esdras. Right? You know, because that's what Esau Edom do, man. All they do is work evil, work iniquity, because they have the power to do it. That's why judgment never goes out. He speaks about that in what is that? I want to say that was that Ezekiel. I want to say that's Habakkuk, where it speaks about it. Bear with me, Slacky. Yeah, Habakkuk, right? Yeah, Habakkuk 1:4, it says, therefore the law is slack, and judgment do never go forth. For the wicked do compass about the righteous, therefore the wrong judgment proceedeth. Right? So the wrong judgment proceedeth, why? Because the wicked are in rule. Right? As long as they be in rule, guess what? Wickedness is going to continue to multiply. Wickedness going to continue to cover the earth. So they have to be destroyed. For the elect's sake, these devils have to be brought down, man. Right? If not, it's going to be bombs and wars every forever. And then they can take over and no telling what they're going to try to do to the earth, man. You know? Let's see. Okay, I think that's in the, oh yeah, there. I thought it was in the pocket, but might not have it. All right, so it's Micah 2 and verse 1. NLT says, what sorrow awaits you who lie awake at night, thinking up evil plans. You rise at dawn and hurry to carry them out, simply because you had the power to do so. So Yahweh Shah has to destroy these devils, right? Because they soon the evil is in their thought. They born wicked. They born evil, right? They born wicked. That's why the Most High has to destroy them. He has to get rid of them. Which we're going to do once they're brought down. And after they serve their time in captivity, we're going to tie them up and do them away with. The Most High has to get through with the wicked, right? So back in 2 Esdras 4 verse 28 again, it says, but as concerning the things wherefore thou asked me, I will tell thee, for evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not come. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, right? So the Most High don't turn this evil to righteousness, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not, because the Most High has to get rid of America, destroy it, right? It's gonna be a sacrifice for righteousness. When we get rid of this place, we burn this place up, right? It says, then cannot come that is sown with good, and that's the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Hashah. So this place has to go down. This place has to be destroyed. For Esau's the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, really paraphrase. This place has to be brought down and destroyed, right? And that's why Most High said, this I grab some real fast while I'm thinking about it. Luke 18:7. Shall not Yahweh avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear along with them, right? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth. So Yahweh Shah, he's going to come and avenge his elect. Because why? Ezekiel 9 talks about those ones who sigh and cry daily unto him. Because we see the way, we see it. We seeing how the earth is down. We seeing how Esau, Edom in rulership. What Esdras asked him, I think in 2 Esdras 6:58, how long would this go on? How long would this take? And ultimately, we understand the suffering and we understand the pain and suffering we got to go through. We're not ducking that. We're on the side of hasting for this word to pass away, because we know, right, that if these people stay in rulership, man, they gonna kill us all. Their ultimate mindset is what? To get rid of Israel as a nation. They wanted to kill us. They want to kill us off, right? Right here. Ezekiel 9:4 says, the Lord said unto him, the Lord Yahweh said unto him, said unto the angel, go through the midst of the city, the midst of Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the people, right? You have to see, it's talking about the people, right? It says, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry, that cry for all the abominations that have been done in the midst thereof. So these are the men, these elect men who sigh and cry, who ready. And that's why the scripture is going to, right, Lord willing. We'll have to get in here and work out. I ain't even want to try to make this a long one, Lord. It's probably like 15 minutes. I ain't want to make this no long one. Was it Matthew 22 and 24? Right? Or it might be Matthew 24 and 22. Just like it. Right? We'll start at verse, because when you read down, it's going into how, the destruction is going to come. It's also ultimately going into you have wars, rumors of wars, things of that such, right? How what's going to come. Jacob's trouble, how it's going to be a day none like it, right? Because you got to think, 6 AD, 7 AD was a horrible time for it. That happened to us, but they're going to be a day none like Jacob's trouble. And 6 AD, 7 AD was a horrible time. So that's why it says them that was fleeing to Judea, fleeing to the mountains. Because the people who listened to Yahweh when he was warning them, 6 AD, 7 AD, he was warning them of these things that some of them listened, some of them didn't, But the point is, right, we'll start at verse 21. It says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not seen in the beginning thereof. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Right? Ultimately, this is going into 6 AD, 7 AD, where our people was going through it was one of the worst times for our people. But ultimately, we know Jacob's trouble, Daniel 12 and 1. Jeremiah 37. It's gonna be a time. It's gonna be none like this. So it's gonna be a way worse time to come. Right? It's gonna be way worse time to come. These people gonna come. It's finna get so bad. They told one that Michael the archangel has to come. Right? So that's why the scripture says what? Right? Verse 22. Except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. So the Most High has to shorten those days, because nobody will be saved. As long as these wicked are in rulership, as long as these wicked going on with this great wrath going on slaughtering people, then nobody should be saved. But it says, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, right? So for the elect's sake, those days are going to be shortened. For the elect's sake, how about Shah is shortening these days? I can't think of that precept. Let's see. I want to say it's in the Apocrypha. Bear with me real fast if I can find it. They brought that up at camp one time. I want to say it's in the book of... I want to say it's in the book of Sirach. think I still want to find that piece of, bear with me, let me see if I can find it real fast. Ecclesiastes at 12. Lord willing, if I find it, I'm gonna put it into the description box. Lord willing, right? For the second time, I gotta get in here and work out, but I'm gonna put it in the description box, man. But verse 24 again, over it's like verse 22 again, right? It says that except those days should be shortened, there should be no flesh to be saved. So this wickedness and all these things that Esau is doing, Most High has to shorten these days. Why? Right? Because no flesh will be saved. Esau, would kill and destroy everything, right? But it says, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be short. For the elect's sake, those men who cry, who seeing all these abominations going on, Yahweh is going to shorten these days. And Lord willing, right, we're going to be out here real soon, man. That's why you got to endure to the end and keep the faith, because this tribulation, this affliction, that affliction is only but for a moment. And Lord willing, the eternal glory we're going to receive, the rulership we're going to receive is going to last forever, man. So that being said, Lord willing, right, I hope this lesson was edifying and exalting. Right, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shout out to the whole elect, starting with the hunting.